Hello and welcome if you are just joining us. This is Cranberry Thunderfunk's Dota stream. I am Cranberry Thunderfunk and I am very excited to bring you a StarLadder game. This is StarLadder Season 6, part of the group stages, the placement games determining who will go to the playoffs and who will not. This match is between TCM and Kaipi. It's been a long time since I've cast a Kaipi game.
10 seconds remaining.
Probably even, I don't know, more than a month.
5 seconds remaining.
I believe I've also cast, I recognize all the names in TCM.
Reserve time.
Particularly goaudio, blueberryninja, atze. I've seen all of them before. I don't remember what team they used to be on. It is escaping me right now.
Radiant team ban.
But all of these are established players. Kaipi controversially not invited to the Western qualifiers for the International. And also controversially disqualified from
Dire team pick.
what was it? The raid call. I can't remember which tournament it was. But they were disqualified from an American league because the league required that you had at least 3 American players, and they basically spoofed, or they used fake nicking. They had someone lend
5 seconds remaining.
their account to one of their normal players, so that it looked like they had a full enough of American players
Radiant team pick.
to qualify, and it turned out that no, they didn't. They only had 2 American players, and thus they were disqualified from the finals, which would have been against EG, which would have been a fantastic game. So ultimately disappointing that they were removed from the tournament, but it's also nice to see tournament organizers being very strict about their
10 seconds
regulations
remaining.
and making sure that that shit just doesn't fly.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team
And they're
ban.
also running with 2. I don't believe Beaver Knight is a stand-in. I believe that is Sing Sing, who is on Kaipi.
Radiant team
I think.
ban.
No, he's on Q-Pad. What am I thinking? So that's Sing Sing. I don't know who Garter is. So KP's not running with their full roster right now. They've got 2 stand-ins. TCM, however, they've got all 5. But
10
let's look at the
seconds
picks and draft.
remaining.
Picks and bans so far. Lone Druid looks like he's back to first ban status, even despite his nerfs, at least against Kaipi. I don't know how often Kaipi tends to run him. And Lifestealer also has not dropped out of first ban status, which is not a surprise
Dire team
whatsoever.
ban.
Wisp and Batrider also very normal bans. What exact day was this? June 12th. Okay, yeah, so this is
Radiant
a few
team
days
ban.
after 6.78 has gone live, but not after the most recent bug fix or round of bug fixes where Wisp was nerfed rather significantly, as was Batrider. Kaipi, they pick up Bane and Visage, really strong
10
tri-lane
seconds
supports.
remaining.
Whatever carry they pick, it's gonna be a dangerous lane for whoever's there. The weird thing about getting Bane with Visage is that Nightmare it's a strong setup stun.
Dire team pick.
Provides you lots of opportunity to set up, and so you'll traditionally see it combined with things like Lina or Shrek or almost anything. Arrow from Mirana, which they could go for that. I think that would actually be a very strong way to complete out that tri-lane, because Mirana does have trouble securing farm in just about any lane that she goes to.
10 seconds remaining.
So whichever carry they pick, I think should have some form of disable
5
or stun that
seconds remaining.
the Nightmare helps set up for. Because Visage, he doesn't need the Nightmare to do what he does.
Reserve time.
TCM picks up Gyrocopter and Darkseer, so they've got their
Radiant team
hard carry and a potential offlaner jungler. Kaipi has their solo mid. Looks like Sing Sing will probably be playing that puck. which means that Kaipi, they're still looking for either they're solo safe lane because they could run an aggressive tri lane with Bane and Visage, or they're solo off lane, and then they're hard carry. TCM are still looking for a mid and 2 supports.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
I think the Jakiro ban on Kaipi makes sense, making sure that there's none of that vacuum into ice path business, which can be really dangerous, especially when you're dealing with a gyrocopter. I like the combination of gyro with Darkseer. Vacuum is a great combo with call down.
Anti-mage.
And Kaipi picks up Anti-Mage, which happens to be Eternal Envy's favorite carry. Eternal Envy has, in leaving, or I guess getting kicked out of No Tidehunter, which is now Alliance, Eternal Envy has switched to from support to carry, which I believe suits him much better. He spent the greater portion of his time as a support stacking Ancients and
10 seconds.
creating farm for the carry, which he's a very carry-minded support player, which is good. It was really good for No Tidehunter during DreamHack Winter because there was just a massive focus on farm because Sven was so popular. His cleave and overall stats were just a little ridiculous at that time, so the goal was to get Sven as much farm as possible, and Eternal Envy did a good job making that happen. So him being on a carry role now, I think it fits much better, and an anti-mage makes a lot of sense for him because he just loves to farm. Queen of Pain versus Puck mid, I think it's a pretty even matchup.
Radiant team ban.
Depending on, honestly, I don't know what server this is being played on. It's the only question. Ping can really harm Puck quite a bit. If you don't have, unless you're like really predicting, mind reading the other player extremely well. With a high ping, phase shifting things like Scream of Pain and the dagger is a lot harder. A really good Puck can dodge everything that Queen of Pain doles out, or at least a major portion of it, which makes Puck strong versus Queen of Pain, as well as having that silence to prevent her from getting away. Especially since Queen of Pain's blink is not a true blink, it's a pseudo blink, so it will cause Dream Coil to proc once she jumps out. Rubik picked up for their first support, which I think there's a lot of things to steal in this game. I think Rubik will be very strong. And they need some hard stuns too. At this point they only have vacuum and call down. So the telekinesis will be really important there.
I speak for the trees.
The Kunkka ban I think is kind of funny because that was a possible solo mid to give to Sing Sing. So I feel like it's a little strange because they've already got the Puck. Unlikely that they would have gone for that. But they may have just not known what to ban. Sometimes bans are more out of pressure than anything else.
10 seconds remaining.
Not often, but Sing Sing is a pretty infamous Kunkka player. He's very good at Kunkka. Kaipi rounds it out with Nature's Prophet. I think their lineup is quite strong. I imagine that will be a Nature's Prophet in the off lane with the defensive tri lane and Puck in middle. They could run an opposite of that as well, but Anti-Mage is not as favorable for an aggressive tri lane because he so desperately needs that farm. And he doesn't have any sort of damage or any burst damage or slows. TCM picks the Naga Siren. So they've got it's a wombo combo lineup, and that's very likely going to be a support gyrocopter, which with the Naga Siren pickup I think is a fair way to run the gyrocopter. It's going to be really easy for Darkseer and Gyro to set up their combo, and Queen of Pain as well will also really enjoy the setup that Naga provides. There's also no natural BKBs on Kaipi, and Anti-Mage is also, like, you really don't want to have to pick it up on Anti-Mage. He just doesn't benefit strongly enough from a BKB. You want things like, you know, the Battle Fury, the Manta style, get his farm up and get his damage up.
10 seconds
BKB
remaining.
provides neither of those things.
5 seconds remaining.
And the reason I mention the Magic community is because that's one way of dealing with the Naga Siren's sleep. A very effective way at that. Going through the lineups. Oh, we have another pause. Alright. For TCM, on this Radiant side, we have Atze playing Rubik, goaudio on Naga Siren, hawaiioo, yeah, I guess I'll call him hawaiioo. On yep, that's a support gyrocopter. He's carrying smoke, three sets of consumables, and sentries. Blueberryninja will be playing Darkseer. Werne? Is that Werne or Weem? That's Werne. Werne playing Queen of Pain. And Queen of Pain will be headed middle. Off the bat, it looks like Blueberryninja will be in the jungle, especially since he picked up the Ion Shell immediately. If it's going to be a off-lane Darkseer, usually they'll wait before they pick that up. For Kaipi, eternalenvy will be playing Anti-Mage. Sing Sing, as a stand-in for Kaipi, will be playing Puck. Garter, also a stand-in, playing Nature's Prophet. Comewithme on Visage, and pieliedie on Bane. And yeah, that does appear to be a defensive tri-lane. So there will be at least one abandoned lane
The battle begins.
at the start of this game. And with Garter headed towards the jungle, that's going to be 2 abandoned lanes, which I don't think that Nature's Prophet has a lot to offer against this combo.
Twice as foul.
The lift combined with Rocket Barrage is just too deadly, especially with Darkseer in the jungle. You can provide the occasional surge to set up for a Rocket Barrage or what have you. And also, can't even forget the net. The Naga Siren net. Very long range. And it's 2 seconds at level 1, that's not shabby at all. And actually, pieliedie, he's hanging out around middle. He's got a DD, so he knows that his auto attacks are pretty significant, and he's putting Enfeeble up on Vern right now. Should I call him Vern or Wern? I like Vern more, but I'm not sure that he's German, so probably shouldn't assume. Wern has actually yet to pick up a single point in anything, because I think that's very wise of him, actually. Realizes he might need the blink to get away, especially with pieliedie is still hanging around. So good little choice by him to make sure that he's not going to get screwed over. The pieliedie, he's still hanging around. He's used up all his mana on this Enfeeble at this point, which it makes the lane harder for him early on, but pieliedie can't keep this up for very long. That said, there's not a lot else for him to be doing on the map right now. The jungle is taken up by Comewithme and Garter. There's just nowhere else for him to farm, and he's actually not gotten really any experience from his time here, although this could be a wasted clarity, which would really be unfortunate. Yeah.
I think not.
So that favors TCM as this early game gets going. Blueberryninja is getting way more out of the jungle than
Radiant's top tower is under
Nature's
attack.
Prophet and Visage combined. Darkseer is a great level 1 jungler. Meanwhile, hawaiioo, he can do his chain pulls, splitting the experience with Atze, which is not great, but getting more than pieliedie has been, that's for sure. At some point, Garter may be able to rotate down to the bottom lane, as could blueberryninja. But that will really depend on TCM supports rotating to other lanes. And we see a smoke popped up on hawaiioo and atze. They may be headed towards mid. I think werne is probably getting a little fed up with the constant harassment from pieliedie. And actually, the harassment from pieliedie is really effective. I didn't think it was going to be this strong, but Queen of Pain, 2-0. Sing Sing, 18 and 17. That's a huge divergence here. Actually, they've rotated all the way around here. There's the net on pieliedie. Rocket Barrage getting a lot of damage out. He's juked up into the trees here, but that's just going to delay this. I don't think there's any rotation to be expected. Oh, Garter was thinking about teleporting in. First Blood gets picked up by goaudio. So Naga Siren picks up the First Blood. Great thing for her to have. That's good news for Queen of Pain, though. Finally gives her a little bit of room in this mid lane, and just look at the level difference. Level 5 versus level 3. And that's going to mean Sing Sing's going to have level 6 really soon here.
Not worthy.
werne's going to have a lot of trouble helping out any of his other lanes. That said, they don't need a lot of help. Darkseer is jungling A-OK. He's already got his soul ring. And he's level 4, so his surge will be really useful. Oh, he's already dropping really low. Almost got the courier was also in a dangerous position there. And werne forced a Bottle Crow to stay in this lane, because if he had to back, that would have been really disastrous. Double damage also popped on Sing Sing, so werne has to continue to be careful. Garter, he's also getting the experience he needs, going straight for a Midas, to be expected. Come With Me is at level 4. We'll be watching for his level 6 with much anticipation. Actually, there, Sing Sing does finally pick up the kill.
Will you not rise in my presence?
And I think that was all it took was a Brain Sap or maybe an Enfeeble from pieliedie. I bet Sing Sing probably could have even done it on his own. Oh! What the? Ugh, God. pieliedie, he's eating a full Rocket Barrage. Telekinesis was already used. Fade Bolt used. And the Riptide. Riptide is much stronger at level 1. So that's the second death on pieliedie. This time Rubik picking up the last hit, but goaudio's having a good time in this safe lane. And that should allow TCM to potentially take this bottom tier 1.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
werne, he's level 5.
Denied.
It's just about to hit 6 minutes. That's pretty bad for him. Sing Sing is level 7. And he picks up a regen rune. Very nice to deny that to a Queen of Pain.
Dire's bottom tower
That ward
is
vision.
under attack.
Queen of Pain will run all the way bottom, hoping for a rune, but we'll find
Radiant's
nothing.
top tower is under attack.
Tier 1, not quite yet taken. A lot of damage done to it, so I imagine on the next push that'll go down. Level 3 on the gyrocopter. And there's no rotation up to top. Eternal Envy is rather aggressively placed here. Last hitting perfectly so far. 51 last hits at 6 minutes. That's basically all of the last hits that you can get. And it's actually a lot more than what goaudio has in this also uncontested safe lane. That said, goaudio does have the bonus of the 2 kills. That's probably the result of the time spent getting the kills on pieliedie. So basically neck and neck in the scheme of things. It's important for gyrocopter to get this 6. Level 3, that's pretty low at this point. We're 7 minutes in, and it's going to be at least 4 or 5 more minutes before he's at 6, unless there's a lot of kills that he gets to participate in and not die. I think Sing Sing is content to stay mid for the time being. He's not under any rush to rotate to another lane, especially with Eternal Envy having such a fine time up in top. And Visage, actually, he's also got level 6, so his familiars are up and running. Actually, very nicely using them to divert the creep wave away to get more time wailing on this tower. And Darkseer has to be careful here. He does not want to eat a mana void from Eternal Envy. Dream Coil used on Werne. He actually walks out and procs the stun, but Sing Sing not able to finish off the kill. Sleep used on Naga to prevent any further chasing from Kaipi. Was that a deny? No, it was not. So towers are 1 for 1 at this point in the game. Both the top tier 1 for Radiant and bottom tier 1 for Dire have fallen. So basically equal game so far. I do worry a little bit about the lack of pressure being put onto Eternal Envy. He's pretty close to his Battle Fury. Just a little bit longer, uncontested in this lane, and he will have that, which is going to make his farm pretty absurd.
Denied.
Sing Sing's farming very well, still stomping Werne in this middle lane. He's got his treads, a Null Talisman, Wand, Bottle, and 900 gold on top of that, which I'm sure he'll be going straight for a blink. Although it is Sing Sing, and he, even in professional games, will sometimes choose to do wild and wacky things. Should go back and find that Queen of Pain game where he went blink, or went Divine Rapier. pieliedie is about to hit level 6, which that's good news for Kaipi, and may mean that they could defend this top tier 1, although it looks like they aren't even interested. Eternal Envy's porting bottom. Says, nope, I'm going to get my Battle Fury. Don't care about the tower. And it's a pretty unimportant tower overall. It does make the jungle a little bit safer to farm, and it also does open up another point of access for TCM into the Dire jungle. But for the overall strategy of the game, not too important. Mid tier 1's taking a lot of damage, and there's no response for TCM. I think this, giving this up, a late teleport back. There's the net onto Garter. Immediate TP used, nice sprout. He's gonna make it out a-okay. hawaiioo, he's took a lot of damage from the Soul Assumption. Lift onto to Come With Me. He's the Fade Bolt and the Sonic Scream. Dream Coil onto 1. Fiend's Grip used on blueberryninja. He's eating a lot of damage, and max Soul Assumption is up on Come With Me, but he doesn't have the mana for it, so he instead chooses to use the Grave Chill, which was layered with the Nightmare, so small misplay there, but it doesn't matter. That's 3 kills going the way of Kaipi, as well as the mid-tier 1. A delayed response from TCM really cost them there. If they'd had the tower for that fight, which they could have if they'd responded sooner, then I think that could have gone their way, because it was a fairly close fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Also, going for the Nature's Prophet, I guess they couldn't quite account for him getting the Sprout off and not having any stuns to immediately take him out of it, but not getting the Nature's Prophet and then allowing him to be able to teleport back once he had healed up made a big difference in that fight. 1,500 gold on the Eternal Envy. Very close to that Battle Fury.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
3 grouped up at bottom for Kaipi here. I'm not sure that Werne is aware. Oh, Sprout. Perhaps used a little bit early. Blink in by DE. He's not able to spot Werne. Didn't want to take the tower shots, which I think was a wise idea. He doesn't have a lot of HP. And one Scream of Pain could have sent him to his grave. The build here from Eternal Envy is rather interesting. I think it makes sense, given that he's going to have an early Battle Fury, but he's maxed Blink.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
which will be really good for jumping from jungle camp to jungle camp and giving him maximum mobility. I guess since he also doesn't plan on fighting, having max mana burn is not the most valuable. So I think given the way the game is going, it makes a lot of sense. So there's his Battle Fury, 12 minutes, 55 seconds. That's pretty good timing for him, especially because he's sitting on treads on top of that, so it's not a naked Battle Fury. Blink is up on Sing Sing. I think he's had that for a little while. Midas also finished on Garter. Smoke used on 3 by Kaipi here, but I don't think they have vision to make use of it. They have no vision of the enemy jungle. There's no one... There aren't a lot of easy kills for Kaipi in this game. Pretty much everybody on TCM presents a significant challenge of some kind. Queen of Pain with the Blink, Song from Naga Siren, Surge from Darkseer. Rubigan Gyrocopter probably being the easiest, but even Gyrocopter presents a big threat. If he lands a good call down, that can really make an opportunity for TCM to turn a gank around. hawaiioo has still not hit level 6. I should be keeping track of this. Wise choice of him not to go for that double damage rune, because the chain stun from the familiars definitely would have killed him. But he still hasn't hit 6, and that's a problem for TCM. It's a very big one at that. Gyrocopter does not offer much as a support if he doesn't hit level 6. I think honestly they should have prioritized him getting experience a little more. Probably should have been helping Darkseer in the jungle a little bit. Would have sapped Gyrocopter's experience, but it's better than not having a level 5 Gyrocopter. It's gonna be very easy Roshan for Kaipi. They've got the medallion combined with the treants, 2 sets of treants at that. And with an Aegis. Oh no. Is he gonna TP late? Oh, he just makes it out. So good sleep by goaudio ensures that there are no losses for TCM. Top tier 2 gets denied, but that's really not bad. That's still a loss of map control, and it makes the jungle a little bit easier to gank for TCM. Trouble is they've got to make use of that. And with the sleep used, especially with Naga only at level 9 right now, which she's not under-leveled, but the important fact there is that she only has level 1 sleep, and using that sleep means that it's probably still going to be on cooldown by the time that she hits level 11. Werne also continues to be a little bit under-leveled in the scheme of things, still a full 2 levels behind Sing Sing. And Sing Sing's farm, pretty strong. He's picked up an ultimate orb.
Radiant's top tower
I
is
figured out,
under attack.
aha, alright, I figured something else about the interface. If I double click the heroes, then it will follow them automatically. Doesn't do it if I, nope. Alright, only if I do the hero portrait. Nonetheless, good to know. So he's working on his Scythe of Vice, which will be very powerful in this game. It's always powerful, I guess I shouldn't say, in this game. But also making him a little bit tankier right now.
Haste!
It's a good place to be as a puck to have all these items at 16 minutes. Oh, passive game so far. 2 to 5, 16 minutes in. I think strongly favoring Kaipi at this point. Yeah, 10,000 XP advantage as a result of all this farming going on. And I'm a little bit surprised by this. A 7,500 gold advantage towards Kaipi. Despite the loss of a large number of towers, I guess there's only a 1 tower difference, so I shouldn't be completely shocked there. But oh, an ancient stack being stolen. This is a problem. This is a major problem. That gold difference just got a hell of a lot worse, and there's no comeback mechanism for this Gyrocopter pumping out the flat cannon. Now EE, he's got the Aegis, so he's okay dying here. He's just going to immediately blink away, and there's nothing that Rubik can do about that. They blew their stuns a little bit early, but they had to if they wanted to use up the Aegis. But I think eternalenvy is really okay with that. Going for Vlad's, interesting early choice. Does give him more sustainability in these fights. And helps pushing power somewhat. It's not very useful for the rest of his team. I think that's one thing that I don't like about it. I would much prefer to see a Manta style, but honestly, I don't think it's going to matter. He's getting really far ahead. He's now the highest level in the game by a significant margin. He's two levels above Puck, 4 levels above anybody on TCM. And you can pick up almost any item you want, and it will still be devastating. Especially, this Naga Siren is not getting equivalent farm. Goaudio is farming pretty decently at 100 last hits. Oh, there's a kill. I wonder how that went down. Honestly, don't know. I suspect he was finished off with the Wrath of Nature from Garter. EE picks a solo tower kill down here. Ever more gold going his way. 3,500 after he bought those Vlads. And this is why I say it probably doesn't matter, because he'll have whatever item he wants after this in no time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And he's freely farming all. Sing Sing gets a solo kill on Puck. I'm not sure how he was able to do that. Didn't even use the Dream Coil, doesn't even have the Sheep Stick finished, and he's able to do this. Now with the teleport in for Nature's Prophet here, this should be an easy kill. Oh, but Atze had stolen the Anti-Mage Blink, and that's going to save his life. Very good for that Rubik. Blink is arguably one of the best spells that Rubik can steal. It's a little more powerful if Rubik has any farm, which he really doesn't. More Ancients being stolen by eternalenvy. This is getting really out of hand. Take a look at the XP. 15,000, 10,000, or actually 12,000 gold. I don't think TCM is going to be able to make it out of this. And I have to say, goaudio is farming decently. He's almost got that Diffusal, and that's on top of Drung's Aquila phase. Smoke used on 4. They really, I think they finally recognize they need to make something happen. They can't just sit back and let them farm. And they might get another kill on pieliedie, who has provided the only 2 kills, and what looks to be the 3rd kill for TCM in this game. There's a teleport in from Garter. Three TPs in so far. Dream Coil onto 3. Waning Rift and Orb. Sing Sing should be fine to make it out of this fight. There's the net onto Sing Sing, but there's no follow-up. hawaiioo he's at 60 HP. He's really got to be careful. And the sleep does not affect familiars. That could be a problem for goaudio. eternalenvy's on the chase. He wants to take out this Darksteer, and I don't think he's going to have any problem doing it. Although nice juke by blueberryninja. Teleporting back this way and saving his life. So that was a good juke. Gotta give credit where credit's due. In the end, that was a lot of effort to kill nothing but pieliedie. And that's really not that's not a lot. Especially, I believe that pieliedie. Yep, that's a level 9 Bane. It's the only person on Kaipi to have died yet this game. Come With Me is well on his way towards an Aghanims. Another 1,000 gold, and he'll have that. Scythe of Vice picked up on Sing Sing. Yet more terror coming the way of TCM. Probably another 5 minutes of this, and reasonably Kaipi should be able to end the game no problems. We'll see if they choose to actually do that. For my own sanity, I hope they end it sooner rather than later. One comeback mechanism that TCM does have going for them is the wall from Darkseer. Really needs to get to level 16 for that to matter, and he'll also need the Aghanims. I think anything less than that, and Kaipi is not going to be very worried about it. By the way, eternalenvy has his... Oh, there's... not even enough time for eternalenvy to get the Mana Void off. These pickoffs are they're just silly. They take no time whatsoever. eternalenvy is at 250 last hits at 23 minutes into the game. That's above 10 kills per minute. Not shabby at all. Not the most farmed anti-mage that's ever been seen, but it's getting there. Or, well, it's competing in the category. I shouldn't say that it's the most, because it's not. There've been more farmed anti-mages before, much more. Yeah, if blueberryninja is able to pick up an Aghanims and lives long enough to get to 16, then anti-mage illusions are going to be devastating. That said, no one on Kaipi is underfarmed. Looking at a Nature's Prophet with Shadowblade, very nearly done with that Orchid, which will be very deadly towards Werne, who's wisely going for a BKB. Another 1,000 gold, and he'll have that. Sing Sing, he's already got 1,100 gold racked up. And actually, because he used the orb there as well as the Waning Rift, he could be in trouble here. He's dropping quite low. Dream Coil onto 3 though, very nice. eternalenvy has shown up, and he's ready to end the fun. And I think the fun has been resoundingly declared to be over. Highlight eyes here with Fiend's Grip. Can he find anybody? But does not appear to be the case.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, eternalenvy. He's gonna skip some creeps.
Radiant's
Help
middle tower
speed
is under
the
attack.
capture of this tier 2. Roche is also back up. I imagine they'll take out the tower and head that direction. eternalenvy is known to be very meticulous about tracking timers on cooldowns and things like Roche. These Manta-style illusions are ripping apart TCM with no trouble whatsoever. Although it looks like EE may have dived a little bit too far. And that means he's out of it for 70 seconds. Honestly, I think he should buy back, because in the amount of time that he's dead, he can farm almost his full buyback. And that was... He also got the courier killed, so that was a fairly big misplay by eternalenvy. I don't think it's going to matter, but that's the sort of stuff that can bring the enemy team back into the game. TCM, they know the Roche timer, and they will look this way. However, eternalenvy, he's got his buyback, and he uses it. It's fairly early in the game, so it only costs 1,000 gold. And that will send TCM back out of the Roche pit, so at least they baited the buyback. There's a teleport in from Garter. Sheepstick used on blueberryninja, trapped inside the Sprout. I don't think he has a way out of this. Fiend's Grip wasted. I think pieliedie would really like to have that for something else. The familiar stopped the teleport out from Naga Siren. I think this is a good example of why Naga Siren is not as highly valued as she once was. Is because of the popularity of Visage. Visage familiars are not affected by sleep, and so if Naga tries to pull the old trick of teleporting out Buyback from goaudio for reasons that I am not certain of. I guess really eager to take this farm at bottom.
Has fallen to the dire.
Yeah, because the familiar is able to stun in the middle of sleep. Naga Siren has one less reliable way of escape. It's also very hard to keep track of when the familiars do and don't have the stun. The cooldown is, it's kind of long, but it's not that long. And with 3 familiars, since he's since Come With Me has finished his Aghanims, there's no easy way of keeping track of how many stuns have been used.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I imagine this will be the GG push for Kaipi. Eternal will probably want to finish his butterfly first. That's only 500 gold away, and he'll have that in a matter of moments.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Naga Siren illusions are meaningful, especially with the Diffusal and the Yasha. They have some pretty decent stats. Late game, Naga can definitely compete with Anti-Mage, but requires, like, really needs all 6 slots in order to do that. Anti-Mage can compete sooner, and it's a little less situational if Naga Siren is caught under certain bad circumstances. Well, they pick up Garter. It's a valuable kill.
Death travels faster
I think
than
Werne was expecting a fight to happen there, so he pops his 10-second BKB. Unfortunate for him. But they do get a kill on the Nature's Prophet, who he's level 16, so that's a meaningful kill. hawaiioo, he's sheeped. He goes down really fast, and Sing Sing's not even there. Or Eternal Envy. Actually, Come With Me picks up a double kill. These 3 familiars are very deadly.
New life will make its home amongst your
Radiant's middle
bones.
tower.
Aghanims. There's that Aghanims on Darkseer. It could really mean the difference. No, it doesn't. I'm not even gonna joke.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
The racks are falling very fast. There is no Fortify left. Fiend's Grip used on a Blueberry Ninja. He's dropping very fast. Although, look at these illusions. See? Yeah. See? These illusions deal a lot of damage. It's just too late. TCM has nothing else go for them. They called the GG very reasonably. They wanted to hold out as long as they could. And they did. They held out for 30 minutes, but it was all just, it was a big waiting game. Building up to Kaipi just utterly steamrolling them. I think there were very few points in that game where TCM had a chance to come back. And I think they really needed different lanes. They needed to challenge Eternal Envy in his farm. You can't give Anti-Mage free farm if the game is going to go longer than 25 minutes. You can't. So they either needed stronger ganking lineup, they needed to rotate mid to help Queen of Pain, who got absolutely just stomped by Sing Sing. No chance whatsoever. I mean, when Sing Sing had 19 and 18 denies, 19 last hits and 18 denies, versus Queen of Pain's 2 last hit and 0, that's devastating. So Queen of Pain had very little relevance in this game, never had the opportunity to create ganks, and the only kills that they ever picked up were on pieliedie. So, unfortunate game for TCM, but that's the power of Anti-Mage right there, aptly demonstrated by Eternal Envy.